So, Coach Jones, tell us a little bit about how your season's going and the upcoming game for homecoming.
So far, we've had a pretty good season, 4-2. I think we let one get away from us. Very well, could be 5-1. But homecoming week's always a fun week. Get the kids a little extra fired up. Hopefully, get the field looking good and come out and play and give the fans something to be proud of.
So, Coach Jones, how does it feel to live in the shadow of the Gina Cook, who has 2 state rings?
You know, it's an intimidation every single day. I walk down the hall and it's kind of scary, and I just kind of cower to her a little bit, just really in awe of her greatness. And, you know, I walk by and I have one measly state championship in football, and I just, you know, I don't know how to deal with someone so awesome that I'm just in awe every day.
Okay, so what instrument do you both play?
I play the flute.
And I play the trumpet.
How many years have you been in band?
6.
Same 6.
What is your funniest band memory?
Mr. J running over the stop sign.
Definitely. That was so because we didn't notice he ran over it till he got out. It was like underneath the bus.
Yes. Oh, that's good. What will you miss most about band?
The adventures of going on the away games.
Like the Golden Corral, we just get mountains of food and chocolate-covered strawberries and marshmallows, and we dare each other. It was just, then we all get sugar high, and by the end, we just crash on the bus.
Just exhausted. Do you have any more stories about Mr. J, or would you just say the running over the stop sign is the funniest one?
Running over the stop sign.
That's a stop sign, but there's never going to be a drum major like Thomas.
Yeah.
And last year's seniors just made band
Great.
epic.
Oh, I love that. Okay, that's
What are you
good.
going to miss most about Mr. J?
Definitely that father figure that you can go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
The one that will always care, he's there when you need him, and I think I'm gonna miss that more than anything else in band.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. What instrument did you play, and how many years have you been in band?
I play the flute, and I've been in band for 6 years.
I play the saxophone, and I've been in band since 7th grade, so 6 years.
What is your favorite memory about Mr. J? Would it be him running over things?
I don't even know how many things he's hit with the bus.
Do y'all have a favorite game you've played at? Do you hate football? It's okay if you do. I understand. I mean, I don't understand, but I do understand.
I don't ever know what's going on.
You just
I've
wait.
watched it for 7 years since I've been in band, but still don't know what's happening.
You just listen to Mr. J for what he's telling you to do. I think that's all the questions.
let's go ahead. What are you going to miss most about Mr. J?
Yeah, what will you miss most?
Probably him trying to explain to me about football. I'll be like, what's going on? Why is everybody cheering? He'll be like, this is what's going on. I'll be like, oh, I don't know.
My favorite memory will probably be his smart remarks. He always has a comeback to anything.
That's so true. When you think about Coach Jones, what do you think about?
I think about how we're lucky to have him because 99% of football coaches suck, and he's the top 1% that don't.
That's the sweetest thing ever.
Here we go.
What would you say your funniest moment was? Okay, you can repeat on camera.
Okay. On screen.
On screen.
Let's keep it PG.
For the public.
My favorite memory had to have been football. Some sport-related event. I think it was my senior year when we beat Charleston. Yeah, that was just.
That was everybody's favorite memory.
That was everybody's favorite memory. It was excitement.
Y'all had, what was it, the confetti that went off in the crowd? And
Yeah.
Big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Weston.
I don't. I kind of blacked out a little bit. I don't remember.
You won and then just everything went
everything
wrong.
just like. I
How
was
many
like,
concussions did you have?
He
Yeah.
had a lot too.
He did, yes.
Yeah.
He had more.
Thanks.
Would you say that was your favorite game?
One of my favorite games.
Oh, I remember. Tell me.
One of my favorite games was probably, I have so many favorite games. My favorite rivalry game was probably Clarksville. Probably my junior year, Clarksville.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. And then my sophomore year at Lavaca, homecoming, that was also.
That was a good game.
my- my
Do you
favorite.
remember your senior year Fordyce game at home in the second round of playoffs? Remember, we somehow, no, it was Fordyce. We somehow got a second playoff game at home. We were playing Fordyce. It came down to the last second. That was the
Were
game.
you injured at that time?
Honestly, he may have been.
He might have
Was
been.
it my senior year?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was. So
Yeah,
you were
I
on the
was.
sidelines.
Yeah, I was on.
Oh,
But it was
That
the
was-
game that Kern picked up the
Yeah,
punt
yeah.
return. and-
it was.
Okay, wait. Tell us about that. So tell us about your injuries and how that impacted
Well,
you and the team.
Yeah, first
Give
round.
us the soft story, please.
First round of state playoffs. We were playing with Cedar Ridge,
Yeah.
and I think it was like the second quarter, and it was on a kickoff return. I caught the ball. I ran it like 20 yards, and then I got clipped up by somebody and ended up breaking my ankle, my left ankle, and got sent to the emergency room. And then that kind of like sent me down a really dark place for a while.
And then you got better.
And then I got better, and then I was being pushed around in a golf cart second playoff week. Yeah. And I was in a lot of pain, but I was also in a lot of excitement because we came back and won with like 0 seconds left. So it
The
was
thing
awesome.
about Dusty is whatever he does with his whole heart, and he's the teammate you want. If I was a Coach Jones, maybe I'm speaking for you. Like, Dusty's the teammate you want, whatever sport, because he's all in, whether he's on the field or not, and he's there to encourage and to discipline.
Thank you.
And
The
spirit.
teammate.
Spirit.
He's the heart. What would you tell a current football player, or maybe just a current high school student, about how to enjoy these moments
Oh yeah.
of high school?
I like look back on it every day, like almost every day, and like I appreciate every day, and like I appreciate I appreciate my high school experience so much more now, now that I don't have it. So yeah, like take it in because it is
Life
it's
is
gonna
hard.
be yeah, you have zero responsibility, and you're really just like you're a kid, like you're just enjoying life, enjoying being a teenager, and enjoying having fun. And you know, homecoming time is like the best time, some of the best time to do that, you know, and just enjoy it, enjoy the spirit, enjoy the pep.
That was perfect.
Okay. We are here with Blake Kern, who is an Arkansas Razorback, but he's also an alumni of Lamar, Arkansas. Blake, what did you learn here at Lamar that helped prepare you for college ball as a Razorback?
Probably my biggest thing that I've learned from Lamar is probably just understanding the people I've met and how valuable they are. I've grown to have a huge following throughout my college experience here in Fayetteville and back home in Lamar. And I'd just say that I would encourage everybody to cherish all the relationships that they have there because they're ones that'll stick with you for the rest of your life. And really, you never know who you're going to meet, who's going to impact you. And I just say at Lamar that's the biggest thing that I took from Lamar, and it probably prepared me for the real world up here too.
Very good. What do you remember the most about Coach Jones?
Oh man, me and Coach Jones, we've had a lot of good memories, a lot of wins, a lot of losses, and I just say from Coach Jones, he's just been consistent. He's been a consistent guy through the whole experience for me. Even having the transfer from high school to college, I talk to him on a personal basis daily, if not weekly. And I just say that his consistency has kind of taught me numerous things about myself and how I want to handle my business. And I just say, the leadership that he brings to Lamar and to the football program, I just say that's a huge part of my success, just having a consistent figure in my life and somebody that's pushed me and understood why things were going the way they were. And instead of flinching whenever things went bad, he was always kind of this, the figure that never flinched. And I would just say that's my biggest attribute that Coach Jones has given me, is just the ability to just stay the course and stay consistent.
We've heard a lot the same from a lot of the alumni on that question. What's your funniest memory here at Lamar that you can tell us?
Well, I mean, there's a lot. I have a lot. Some can be told and some can't be told. A lot of them are just people that, I've been around since I was a little kid, and just growing memories with them and playing ball and, going to school with them was probably the biggest thing. I'd have to say, as an athlete at Lamar, I feel like you're tighter to some people than others. I feel like, for one, just a school in general, everybody on a name basis. And I feel like that's very uncommon, in high school, and especially up here where you don't know anybody, and I just say that's what I enjoy most about being from where I'm from, is just like whenever I went to school, I can honestly say I knew everybody's name. I communicated with everybody, and that just be, a huge asset to us, is like that we knew everybody and we grew closer and closer as time went on. And now, I talk to quite a few people now that I've graduated from Lamar, and I'm still close with a lot of people. And I just say that, Lamar kind of built that for us. They kind of built relationships that we formed, and, we're all kind of tied to the same background. So we've kept in touch since then too.
All right. Do you remember the game? And I'm asking this because I remember it so much. The game with Fordyce, the Red Bugs.
Mm-hmm.
That was an amazing game.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the highlights of my high school career. I feel like it was a wet playoff night, October night right now, and it's kind of win or go home for us, but we were already home, so the only chance we had to do is win. We were already at home, so I just feel like that was a huge win for us. That was a huge win for all the coaches. That was kind of something that we kind of hung our hat on leaving that game, was like that we battled. I mean, I think that, the game came down to the wire. Some big plays were made. Guys made big plays. And I mean, that's kind of what we were built on. I mean, we were competitors, and we had guys that came in and did their job. And I just feel, after looking back at that game, and I still have the tape of that game at my house, and I watch it every once in a while because it really does mean a lot to me. Man, the fans that night, and what it meant to the players, and just the tremendous amount of the care factor was there for our fans. I feel like all night it was just one of them things where we had momentum all night, and then we lost momentum, but they never flinched, and we made plays for them. And as players, you can feed off of that. You can feed off the confidence in the crowd. You can feed off of the momentum that they give you. And I feel like that game was a huge win for us and Coach Jones. And I just remember it like it was yesterday, it was packed. It was electric in there. Yeah, definitely one of the biggest games that I've ever played in high school. And we had some big ones. We had some good turnouts with the fans, but Lamar fans have always been like that. They've always been supporters. So that's something that, it means something to not only the players, but it means something to the fans and their families as well. And that's evident in every single game.
Yes. I don't know that I'll ever see a football game that I like better than that one.
It was crazy. It was definitely one of them ones that, I look back on. It's definitely the best environment I ever played in high school.
I don't think anybody was sitting down the whole time.
Not all day.
When Dusty got hurt, your position changed on the team, right?
Yep.
What was that like, having to switch in the middle and completely change everything up at that point?
Well, I mean, we always, our whole senior class that year, I mean, we had some great players, but once things started happening on an injury basis, it changed everybody. It didn't just change me, it changed the whole team. It changed what we did as a school. I mean, like we got two of, we have the biggest, guy in the conference go down, and he's our starting quarterback. And then, Dusty comes in and plays quarterback, and then he goes down, and it's like all of our lives got flipped upside down. But I think it was a huge, I mean, it was a huge adjustment for all of us. But I think that like the success of what I had to do was predicated on what everybody else was pushing everybody else to do. Like Coach Jones, he was putting us in the right position to win, and he was putting guys in the positions where they could be successful. And an all around game, yes, like I had to step into a role, but it was easier for me because I was put in that position to succeed, in practice, and Coach Jones giving me the confidence to do that. And, everybody just kind of bought in, and like I said, it was like a 1 week season. You know what I mean? For weeks. For weeks, it was a 1 week season because like we didn't know what was going to happen the next week.
That was a crazy year.
Yeah, it was definitely one of them years where we felt really good about where we were at the start of the year, and then we were having success, and adversity hit us multiple times. And it's just kind of Coach Jones once again being consistent. He was the same guy every single day, and that kind of just we fed off of that.
Yeah. Solid guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now I'm going to ask you about last week. Tell us a little bit. I mean, you're on the field. You're there in person. Arkansas with Auburn. Everyone here is disappointed.
Yeah. I think disappointment was something that kind of was felt throughout the whole Razorback Nation as players and as fans and as parents and everything else. It was just kind of like all the wind got taken out of our sails, and it wasn't because of us. We played good enough to win. Obviously, we can play better, but to leave calls out there and have calls not go our way at the end of the game, was probably one of the most adverse situations that I've had as a player. Just kind of standing back and like trying to take it in, as far as like I can't control it, so it's just kind of one of them things where like it happened and then like the game's over. There is no recovering from it. So there's no need to dwell on it because that's it. The outcome of that game was predicated off that one call, and, that one call happens and then the game's over. So there's really no way to either recover from it, so it's just kind of something that's, as we've kind of moved past that and moved on to this week, it's just kind of something that we left out there. We played good enough to win, but at the same time, we have to come through in big situations, and we can't let them calls define us.
Yeah.
But
so you have, is it Mississippi coming up?
Yep, Ole Miss. Yep.
So does it look good?
Yeah. I mean, I think we're playing the best ball we've played, and I say years, but definitely the best ball we've played since Coach Pittman's been here, and the confidence level is huge. We have playmakers all around. So yeah, Ole Miss is a very beatable team, and a very winnable game. But obviously we have to play good.